Will these NBA players win a ring? So I have 6 ringless players for you, and I just need you to tell me whether you think they'll win a ring or not. I got some big hitters for you, so brace yourself. The first player I have for you is Joel Embiid.
Man, this is really tough because I don't know exactly if he's going to be one of those guys that tries to stick it out with one organization and tries to figure it out. Like it was last year, I think when all the James Harden stuff was going on, that Joel did an interview, said, I don't know whether I finish my career here or
Yeah.
somewhere else. So I think it's all contingent upon if he actually leaves. But he's so damn talented. I'm going to say yes, only because I feel like he will leave Philadelphia once he realizes we're not a contender or a true contender. So I'm going to say yes. I think he will win one at some point.
Okay. Next player I have for you is Damian Lillard.
Oof, tough. uh,
Has more of a chance to do it now that he's in the East in Milwaukee, but
Indeed. But with how things are going in Milwaukee right now, I'm not exactly too sure that he's going to be able to get it done. He's also getting up there in age. This version of Damian Lillard being the second fiddle to a guy is the first time we've ever seen it in his career. But obviously, if you want to play second fiddle, why not be it to Giannis? And he's still supposed to be the guy, towards the end of clutch time, whatever. We're talking last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. I'm the man you need to be looking for. So not to say it can't work in Milwaukee, but I think a lot of things need to change there before I can actually hop on that ship. Currently constructed, I'm going to say no. I think Dame's going to be one of those Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley kind of guys, unfortunately, where I don't think he gets a championship.
all right. How about Donovan Mitchell?
That's an odd one. I think
I had to throw in a mix of not like younger, but guys that aren't on the second half of the latter half
yeah,
of their career. You
he's
know
in
what
his
I mean?
prime. He's in his
He's in his
prime.
prime right now,
He's
right?
percolating in
His
the right
future in
direction.
Cleveland's up in the air. Who knows where he goes next?
Yeah, I definitely think he's leaving Cleveland. I think the only thing that'll keep him in this city would be if they happen to go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And nobody has him picked to do that. Neither
Mhm.
do I. Neither do you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
No.
I would say it probably obviously depends on what's next. I don't think going to the Knicks is the best moves for his career because him and Jalen Brunson are essentially the same player now, especially
Sure.
with
Yeah.
how well Jalen Brunson's playing now. If I'm New
Hmm.
York, if I'm a Knicks fan, if I'm the organization, I'm thinking about how we could build around Jalen Brunson. Getting
Right. You don't need
another
it.
6'1", 6'2" guard in the backcourt, you replicate what the Portland Trailblazers had in the middle of the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like, I know I don't want another Dame and CJ. I want a better mix of guys. So I guess I have to ask myself, where does he go? And the first thing that comes to mind is maybe San Antonio. If they can't trade for a Trey Young, maybe they get maybe it's not even an overpay because you would get 28, 6 assists, 6 boards out of a Donovan
Mhm.
Mitchell. So if he aligns himself with the right people or the right personnel in the offseason, I'm going to say yes. There's still plenty of ticks left in his watch to try to get this done. So I'm gonna say yes. I think Donovan Mitchell could make a huge impact. He just has to realize you're not a number one option. If you want to be a number one option, you put up empty stats.
Hmm.
Cool. If you want to be a number two option behind an alien, which by the way, whose new Nike brand looks freaking awesome.
Yeah. It looks sick. Yes, it
Align
does.
yourself with a great organization like San Antonio, a very old fashioned one that's gonna put around the right pieces and just make sure you know your role. So
Yeah.
I'll say yes. I think it's possible for Donovan. There's
I
still time.
like that. I like that San Antonio, that little landing spot potentially for him. I never considered something like that, but that would be
Don't worry about the big.
Spida and Wemby together. That would be sick.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
I think the other big market teams are cool. The LAs or the teams in New York are dope. But
Naturally, you want to pick those teams, but
if you're thinking chips, I'm attaching myself to the youngest best star in the league right now. So
it wouldn't be a bad move by him to do something like that. That's for sure. How about Ja Morant?
mm, this is another guy. Obviously, got a whole lot of ticks. He got watches. Like there's plenty of time.
Yeah,
You would hope to assuming that he doesn't do any crazy things off the court anymore.
of course. Yep.
Man, but we saw what the Grizzlies were almost able to do in 2022 to the Warriors in the finals,
Mm-hmm.
where if Ja's healthy, Ja could have ran the Warriors and he possibly could have been playing the Celtics in the finals. Like, that's how
I would have liked
scary
that.
Ja is to the opposition, to where he could have single-handedly. There would have been freaking a whole bunch of newspaper headlines if the Grizzlies would have won the series, that this man single-handedly gritted his way to killing the Warriors dynasty. And that would have been an awesome headline.
Would have been quite the headline.
And that's the thing, though. I think I'm kind of thinking, not to say he's the same type of player, but I'm thinking of Ja's star power similar to how we did LeBron's. And his first stint in Cleveland, where we're always asking ourselves, like, how far can he take him? Is he ever going to win a championship? He's the chosen one. Can he win rings? Like, obviously in Cleveland, he got nobody over there to play with him. Like, there wasn't a single soul that
We had Mo Williams.
Yeah, like
he had All-Star Mo Williams.
All-Star Mo Williams. That's the best name you can give me. Yeah, the Jonas Ilgauskas. Like, but no big-time free agents ever really wanted to flock to Cleveland to come play. Not that first stint, at least. That's not something that was happening. So I kind of look at Ja and the Grizzlies in the same position, where I think Ja has the talent to maybe bust through and get the Grizzlies to an NBA Finals. But the rest of the team, I'm worried about. Well, I don't know if it's going to happen for him. It's kind of hard to predict trajectory on somebody this young. I'm gonna stay optimistic though, and I'm gonna say because I don't think he stays in Memphis long term if they don't figure out something. I'll say he'll win one.
All right, 2 more. How about Devin Booker?
Devin Booker already knocked on the door one solid time. I think what kind of derailed his chances when CP said he was addicted to playing in the finals, and obviously kicked the addiction very smoothly.
That quote aged like spoiled milk.
Yes, another wide window here, but also we don't know what could happen next year with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. Like, these are supremely gifted offensive players, really just great players in general on both sides of the ball. Damn. Not everything could be a yes though, and I think I'm gonna have to say no to this. I feel like Devin Booker is gonna follow this Kobe-esque route where he just tries to remain in Phoenix and tries to make it work for, like, just the reasoning of just being, I'm a franchise star and I stayed with my team for 15 plus years. But I don't think how good the West is and how good they're getting. We just talked about the Grizzlies. We just talked about if Donovan Mitchell were to go to San Antonio. Those are teams that would be ascending. Wow, I don't know how long Kevin Durant would want to remain in a Phoenix Sun jersey. That's something that I think we need to start asking ourselves in the next couple of years here. Devin Booker and the Suns just have a whole lot of money tied up into 3 big guys, where it's going to be hard to put a team around these 3 guys. They did a solid job of it, getting Eric Gordon. Bulbul's actually playing better now, and a couple other pieces on there, but I'm still a little concerned about the longevity of their big 3, because it feels like there's only about 1 to 2 years tops on what they could be unless they get something done in the 2024 playoffs. So I'm gonna say no. I feel like Devin Booker's a lifer that's not gonna leave. So I'm gonna say no for now.
All right. And the last player that I have for you is Trey Young.
Trey Young. Wow, man. That's another guy that
could be right entering his prime.
Probably the most underrated player in today's game. Honestly, at this point, that's a walking 30 and 10. But I think this is a guy that's severely disrespected for what he actually does do on the court. I just don't think it's ever going to happen in Atlanta. They're always just in this weird spot, even in the 2010s, right? When they had the best record, put in 4 All-Stars. It was like, LeBron exists, so you're not going to get that done. And now it's to the point now they got Quinn Snyder, who I felt like was the perfect coach for him, and they did the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. I know Trey Young's been hurt for a long time, but even trying to look ahead into the future, he's under contract for, I know, the next 3 to 4 years. He's been in trade rumors, so I don't know where he ends up. I think I'm gonna say no to this one too. I think if he gets traded to the Spurs, he could be in the Donovan Mitchell situation.
Sure,
but he can't control his own destiny right now, like how Donovan Mitchell will be able to.
Right.
At the offseason. If Donovan Mitchell's in San Antonio, it's another one of those situations. I don't want both of my guards to be under 6'2".
Yeah.
Like that defensively, that just sounds like I'm setting myself up for failure. But I'm gonna just have to say no. I don't know where Trey Young could end up. He's definitely talented enough to be a huge piece on a championship team. And hell, he almost got his team to the NBA Finals.
He almost did. Yep.
Like I just don't know what pieces are going to end up around him, whether that be in Atlanta or if he gets traded somewhere. And if he gets traded somewhere, what if it's the wrong fit? There's too many question marks, just like how there is with Devin Booker. So I'm going to say no to that one as well.